King of Sports, New Japan Pro Wrestling.
It all comes down to this: the final week of the Collision Tour here on New Japan Strong, and the first title defense, the first time the Strong Openweight Championship is on the line. What a main event it will be. But to get there, Alex Kozlov, we have got some great wrestling matches, including Clark Connors versus AJZ.
AJZ, you know, quite a flamboyant and eccentric character, almost the opposite of what Clark Connors is. In fact, he is the absolute opposite. Is he ready for the intensity of Clark Connors?
I can't wait to see Wheeler Yuta take his shot against your favorite, El Phantasmo.
Yeah, I can't wait for El Phantasmo to take his shot at Wheeler Yuta.
And as we said, our main event for the Strong Openweight Championship. Now former member of Team Filthy, Chris Dickinson, the first challenger for Filthy Tom Lawlor.
Well, we are witnessing the prestige that is growing around this belt when these two men battle it out.
Who will win? Will we crown a new champion, or will Filthy Tom Lawlor retain? We'll find out.
Filthy Tom Lawlor is the absolute strongest here in New Japan, and there's not a man in the back that can do a thing about it.
Opening match 15分一本勝負を行います。
Well, 2 weeks ago, we got our first look at AJZ battling Rocky Romero, nearly getting the victory. And I know you wanted to see more of AJZ, so here we go.
Well, he's certainly an entertaining and eccentric character. Very well built, a flamboyant individual.
With a background in freestyle skiing.
青コーナー
I was pleasantly surprised because I saw this guy with all this flash and all this fanfare and his background, and I thought he was going to be this out-of-control wild man. But he wrestles a very smart style, very straightforward and physical, and it is going to be quite a test for the most recent graduate of the LA Dojo.
This will be a very interesting matchup. And we're hearing the sounds of the new entrance music.
I wish they would have had a camera on us when this music started to play, because both of us looked at each other like, who's this? It was Clark Connors with new music and new ring gear.
Listen to it drop, and here he comes. His own man now. And he certainly has clawed and scratched to be in this position where Shibata thought, you know what, you're ready to be on your own. I trust you.
Well, I'll tell you, a lot of people say Clark Connors has been ready for a long time, and this was long overdue. But Clark Connors has graduated the LA Dojo, and he finally gets to add a little he could have the flashiest attire that he wanted to wear, but that's what he chooses.
I think it's fitting. Perfect.
Akakura, LA 到着
Maybe a little bit more loose,
173
but
キロ
as
ワイル
serious
ド
as
ライダー
ever.
クラクカナさん
Looks like a little green and a little blue, silver, Seattle Seahawks colors. All right, so it's AJZ in the blue corner versus Clark Connors in the red. And Clark is already on his toes in the athletic stance. And one fall, 15 minutes here with the Strong Openweight Championship as our main event. Here we go.
Now, I know that AJZ, you know, he's an accomplished daredevil. You know, he's been freestyle skiing. He's been bodybuilding all his life. Has he ever experienced the feeling of being speared out of his mind where he feels like he's got no lungs and no wind in him? Has he ever felt that?
I don't know. We'll find out. We'll see if he can have an answer. One thing AJZ does, we saw in the matchup a couple of weeks ago with Rocky Romero, he stayed very close to Rocky. And I think that might benefit him here with Clark. Clark needs that distance to hit that spear.
Very true.
And a takedown out of the armbar, now turning it over into a double wrist lock, and will put AJZ down for a 1 count.
Just a little bit of a filling out process here between the two men.
So 2 weeks to think about his New Japan Strong debut, and will AJZ open up the playbook? You know that Clark Connors, he's a tape guy. He's a studier. He's like obsessive. And I know he went back and he watched the match with AJZ and Rocky Romero probably 5 times. And another 5 times where he watched it in slow motion as he tries to find any opening or opportunity he can get as he throws AJZ over the top rope out of a collar and elbow tie-up. How about that?
That was incredible. I don't think AJZ was expecting something like that. Hard chops by Clark Connors on the outside here and a hard left elbow.
Well, we saw enough action last week in our main event, I think, for a long, long time with Fred Rosser and Hikuleo fighting, not just on the floor, but also outside, back inside. That no disqualification match was wild as AJZ's head gets wrung off the ring post.
And it looks like his headband came off involuntarily.
2, 3, 4,
Welcome to New Japan Strong.
5, 6, 7, 8.
So Clark Connors showing
9.
the same intensity. Hey,
10.
how about that?
AJZ's got a really
11.
good left punch.
And how about
12.
Clark opening up, still just as intense as he
13.
was when he was a young lion.
14, 15.
He broke the count. And a double axe handle down on top of AJZ. Now we'll see how AJZ can handle these choppy waters he's in right now as Clark Connors has opened up the offense on him. There's just such a command, such a presence with Clark Connors.
He is certainly the boss of the ring.
Let's figure this out.
And snapping the neck, AJZ luring Clark in, and now watch this.
Wow.
Slingshot DDT from the outside in. AJZ catching Clark by surprise and gets a near fall.
And now AJZ with a full mount, unleashing a succession of hard punches.
It's the inside of the fist, so it is legal. Grabbing by the nose, not legal. I don't know every rule in the rule book, Alex, but I know that is illegal.
So it's fine, you know, you cheat a little. The match still goes on.
That's right.
You get a warning, a yellow card.
It is a results-driven industry. We know that.
What do you say, Connors?
And AJZ, with just his second opportunity to compete here on Strong, wants to certainly make the most of it. And I think, you know, a victory over Clark, while Clark does not have the resume of a Rocky Romero, but nevertheless, there's a lot of hype and publicity around the recently graduated Connors, who hip tosses AJZ. Impressive strength. Watch the distance now. Looking to close in. Pop up on that left hand.
Oh, my God. What a punch mid-air. Two. Wow.
And a kick out. A kick out at 2.
What a left.
We saw that left hand meet the jaw of Rocky Romero a couple of weeks ago. Nearly was a knockout shot. Blocking the suplex
5
attempt.
minutes has elapsed. 5 minutes.
Snap suplex by Clark Connors.
Nicely done, the snap suplex.
He used his own momentum to be able to suplex him over like that.
And now trying to take AJZ for the ride. Another snap suplex. Right to the cover, pressing down. Just a 1 count.
Driving that elbow over the face of AJZ. Very rugged, gritty fighting style. It's definitely no picnic being in the ring with the captain, the Rhino.
Oh,
What a stomp to the foot.
right on his foot. Opportunistic. AJZ now looking to capitalize and drops him.
Face first. Look at that strut. Shake.
Swivel.
Of the hips.
A little swivel. You don't want to be playing around with the likes of a Clark Connors, though.
That's true. You're just asking for it. Maybe he's a little overconfident here. You don't know who you're dealing with. This is Clark Connors, the Rhino. He will take you out. He will leave you breathless. Oh. Oh, what a left.
That left hand, again, continues to pay dividends for AJZ. And now trying to put Clark away. Connors fighting out of it. Side
Watch
steps.
out, watch out.
Oh, there it is. Sends AJZ flying. Man, I wouldn't want to be AJZ now for all the money in the world. How much money you got? It's not enough, Alex.
This is rough.
Give me all your Bitcoin. Still not enough. AJZ with the up and over out of the way of the hard-charging Rhino. This is with the knee in the corner.
Watch out, watch out. Oh! Hard tackle in the corner.
An overhead throw by Clark Connors. Now the cover. 2 and a kick out.
Get your ass up.
Oh, went for the spear one more time. This time AJZ catches him.
Hard back elbow sending Clark Connors to the corner. AJZ charging him, but Clark Connors tosses him over the rope onto the apron.
Another left hand by AJZ. Watch out, another slingshot. No, this time.
Wow, catches him with the knees off the top.
That springboard knee strike. 2 and a kick out. AJZ might have beat a lesser opponent with that.
And AJZ looking to gear up for something here.
No, he's got him lined up here. AJZ looking to put Clark Connors Down for good. A third attempt, and this time, no, again, Clark Connors able to avoid it.
Pushes HJZ off. Catches him with a power slam.
Damn! This fucker's over. Get your ass
And
up.
now
Come on.
Rhino's ready for the attack and the breathtaking spear.
AJZ popping back to his feet almost on instinct.
Oh, what a back suplex.
Absolutely spiked him, and it is over.
Time, 9 minutes and
Not
38
flashy,
seconds. Here
just
is your
effective.
winner, Clark Connors.
Put that camera on the top. I'll see the red light. I'll see the red light, yeah? There it is. That's it right there. That's what I've been trying to do.
Clark, more vocal than we've seen before, letting
Once
us
again,
know
your
that,
winner of the
hey,
match,
I
Clark
get my business
Connors.
done in the ring.
Stepped on his ass. One job. Roman Reigns over here.
So Clark Connors gets the win. Very, very impressive. Strong openweight championship in our main event. But next up, El Phantasmo versus Wheeler Yuta. This is going to be a good one, folks. Stay with us.
第2試合20分一本勝負を行います。
So another look at Wheeler Yuta. I like this young man.
He's good.
I'm really impressed with his athleticism, his skill, and we'll see if he can put it together against the two-time Super J Cup tournament winner, El Phantasmo.
青コーナー183センチ85キロ D コーナーウィラー・ユータ
He definitely had an impressive showing when he faced off against Rocky Romero. Showed off his skill set, but right now he's facing the man that we've been waiting to see. I know you can't wait. Here he comes.
I'll tell you what, when El Desperado captured the IWGP Junior Heavyweight Championship back in February, you couldn't help but be impressed by El Phantasmo, who did everything possible but win the match. He hit Bushi with sudden death. He tried to hit it on El Desperado, who had a counter and an answer for the CR2, and El Desperado earned that win, no doubt about it. Phantasmo had been preparing to take on Hiromu Takahashi, who got injured the week before. And all of a sudden, instead of facing Hiromu, that lovely, warm, wonderful human being.
You talking about El Phantasmo?
I am talking about El Phantasmo. He had to completely change his strategy, facing two, not one.
Watch this. Watch this. This is breathtaking.
Yeah.
Watch this. Have you ever seen a backflip this beautiful
バレット
before?
クラブ
No.
185センチ89キロザ・
Me
ヘ
either.
ッドバギー
It is truly
ファ
something.
ンタズマ
Phantasmo, not only a skilled wrestler, but also a director, as he's calling for camera shots, criticizes ring attire, hates on everybody's music but his own.
He's truly in control of his universe.
Wheeler Yuta not impressed. And we'll see what happens here in this one. Phantasmo comes in as the favorite, no doubt. When his electrified jacket broke in Japan, Alex, you'd have thought the world came to an end.
Well, Nobody likes when things don't go like they're supposed to. Okay, things need to go like they need to go, especially when it comes to El Phantasmo.
He just makes a scene and such a project out of everything.
No, it's the manufacturers who are responsible for this. You know, he had all the reason to be frustrated by that.
Well, he blamed the New Japan staff members for breaking his jacket. It could have been shoddy workmanship. And the bell sounds, and thankfully, this one-on-one match is finally underway. And knowing full well that there are no fans in attendance, El Phantasmo trying to get the cheers going.
Well, you know for sure that all the fans watching at home are clapping along.
My big gripe with Phantasmo was how he used the commentary desk as his own personal playground. Yes, he did a fine job as an analyst. He was fine. But then for him to retire, only to unretire, so that he could come back and try to set up Hiromu Takahashi for a sneak attack. I felt like that was shameful.
Really, I think what you are not happy with is the fact that he plays with your emotions and you are not comfortable with that. The man gets the job done. He does it his own way.
Well, listen, I had conversations with Phantasmo about sitting in for commentary here on New Japan Strong. I'm not going to lie.
Wait a minute.
Head scissors by El Phantasmo.
You meant like in addition to me and you?
It's a two-man booth. Wait a minute, Wheeler Yuta. I mean, it would be...
I would certainly be honored to share my seat with him.
I mean, really, you can't have two guys on one microphone. That would sound terrible. The audio mix would never be right.
I'm sure me and Phantasmo can work it out.
Phantasmo, well, anyway, you don't have to worry about anything because he's not welcome back to New Japan Strong commentary, to New Japan commentary. I don't even, if I could do something to prevent him from getting on commentary at some indie show in Vancouver, I would do it.
You need to check your morals.
Well, I did have conversations with Phantasmo about doing commentary here on Strong, and that's all I'll say.
Come on.
That's not cool, Kevin.
You're a nobody.
What do you mean? You don't think he's a good commentator?
You should have talked to me so I could talk to him. You don't go behind my back.
No, he was all for it. He was all for it. He thought it was a great idea.
You let me negotiate with El Phantasmo on these matters.
I wasn't aware that you were doing the negotiating for him now.
You let me talk to him.
I already did have the conversation with him. He was more than interested. Wheeler Yuta trying for the takedown here. Maybe we should focus on the match and less about who's sitting in on commentary.
Well, we know what the result is going to be. We know that Phantasmo is going to come out on top.
You sure of that?
I believe in him wholeheartedly.
Well, again, he is the favorite coming in, but anything could happen. I mean, do you give Chris Dickinson a puncher's chance to perhaps KO Filthy Tom Lawlor and become the Strong openweight champion?
Anything can happen, is true, but we're talking about El Phantasmo here. He is more ready than any man that's been ever ready on Earth.
I brought this up, when we saw him in tag team action. He chucked a water bottle at you. You wanted to fight him.
Again, I just want to clarify that was an act of love.
By him or by you when you were screaming obscenities in Russian?
No, it was an act of love by him.
When I had to physically restrain you from going down to ringside and getting in a fight with El Phantasmo.
I was wrong, and I admit. I had to humble myself and realize that I was wrong.
Using a handful of hair to keep the side headlock, and the referee should immediately call for a break.
But how effective was that? I mean, look, he's in control?
Oh, if the object was to keep control of the side headlock, it was perfectly effective, albeit illegal. And now Wheeler Yuta finally able to free himself, and Phantasmo takes advantage of the fact.
Look at that. Did you see those guns?
Yeah. Boy, oh boy.
Oh, my God. Look at the athleticism.
Swing and a miss. Wheeler Yuta tries to catch him and does.
Look at that beautiful cartwheel.
The leg sweep by Wheeler Yuta, and immediately Phantasmo kicks him off. Tries a leg sweep of his own. Wheeler Yuta says, not so fast, my friend. The crucifix. 2, and a kick out. Trying for a backslide. Could Wheeler Yuta beat a two-time former IWGP Junior Heavyweight Tag Team Champion?
Not this one. Okay, I give Yuta, some props. He's able to.
And he's frustrated. Wheeler Yuta has El Phantasmo frustrated.
1,
How many times
2,
did Forever Hooligans hold the Junior
3,
Heavyweight Tag Team titles?
4,
Let me remember
5,
after all the concussions. I
6,
think it was twice.
7,
Same number of times that
8,
Phantasmo and Taiji Ishimori have held.
9.
That's beautiful.
So he's equal.
5 minutes has
and
elapsed.
Almost
5
ready to
minutes.
surpass what you and Rocky did.
And,
1,
and I can live vicariously through him.
3,
I
4.
A part of me is inside of him. I see myself inside of him, and so
I'm not so sure that
1,
Phantasmo has that
2,
level of closeness with you
3,
that you have with him.
Kevin,
4,
I understand that there's
5,
a little bit of jealousy that
6,
you feel, this
7,
discomfort. You just don't know
8,
how to deal
9,
and accept a person like that.
I
10,
wish I had somebody in my life
11,
that I cared as
12,
much about as you care about El
13,
Phantasmo.
14, 15, 16, 17,
And as you can see,
18,
Phantasmo is
Oh, wait a minute.
19.
And we're
truly trying to make it into the ring in time.
just mocking everything that he does.
Oh, look at those.
Test of
That's some muscles right there. I don't know if Yuta wants to test himself like that. He's only going to embarrass himself here.
Well, we'll see.
Oh, how about that? How about that beautiful takedown? Look at that. Look at that.
I'll tell you what, I will sing the praises of El Phantasmo. As he bends and stretches the finger, this is illegal joint manipulation. He bet on himself. Okay? He got himself a 2-year visa to go over to Europe, to wrestle over there. And he said, if I don't get where I want to be in 2 years, oh, wait a minute, that sudden death right foot.
Got a heavy foot.
He said, if I don't get where I need to get in 2 years when this visa's out, I'm done. And sure enough, he did it.
Look at this, Kevin. Have you ever seen anything like this?
Nope.
Have you ever seen a man command such control over the ropes? Look at the balance.
And biting on the fingers some more. By the way, he won the Super J Cup for the 2nd year in a row with a pulled hamstring, almost torn.
That's right. That's right.
I said I was going to sing his praises. And you see what he's doing to Wheeler Yuta here.
Hey, off the hair.
I just don't think I've ever seen a man so talented as he is. So gifted, so innovative,
I wonder
so
if,
entertaining.
I wonder if, while he's having his way here with Wheeler Yuta, is Lio Rush starting to get under the skin of Phantasmo? I'm not even going to call this.
Well, this is a very effective maneuver, and what it does is it stretches your pectorals
We do not need analysis
where
on,
they
a,
don't stretch normally.
on a nipple twist.
Well, you're just being condescending in the way that you're describing that.
Beautiful springboard crossbody, and now he'll float to this. The
Look
Lion
at
Salt there.
this. It's like watching poetry in motion.
Two and a
Watching
kick out.
poetry right now.
It's interesting. I wonder how El Phantasmo feels about perhaps another one-on-one match with Lio Rush.
As you know, as the world knows,
I mean, Rush defeated him in a tag team match, and I think has bested him twice, if memory serves me correctly.
Look, there's many variables in a tag team situation.
Actually, there's only 2. It's you and your partner.
Yes, but what I'm saying is that no man can beat El Phantasmo in singles competition.
Well, no one has. That is for sure.
Kevin,
Well, wait,
two-time.
didn't Lio Rush beat him?
I don't know what you're talking about. Why don't we just be present?
I mean, I have to go back into the history books, but while no, he did. It was in tag team matches, and his one and only blemish in singles competition in the calendar year of 2021 came at Wrestle Kingdom against Hiromu Takahashi right after Phantasmo won the Super J Cup with a severely compromised hamstring. And while Wheeler Yuta is good, he's no Leo Rush. Look at this, nicely done. After the Olympic slam, the cover, 2.
Well, it's going to take a lot more to put away El Phantasmo, the most resilient man in pro wrestling of all time.
The most resilient of all time.
Oh, yes, why do I keep sensing this questionable tone about it?
Of all
10
time.
minutes has elapsed.
Of all
10
time.
minutes.
Have you ever seen a man like this in all of pro wrestling?
Well, I
This skilled, this talented. Focus on 2-time back-to-back Super J Cup winner.
Nobody's ever done that.
There you go.
Oh, wait, Wheeler Yuta wouldn't take the back suplex, instead turns it into a crossbody to near fall. A wild swing and a miss, and look at that. Springboard crossbody. And look at this, while we're having a walk in the park, all of a sudden Wheeler Yuta has turned things around, and Phantasmo's on the receiving end. Faked him out, goes to the top. Phantasmo's wondering, where's Wheeler Yuta? There he is. Crossbody, 2. Oh, wouldn't that have been something?
It wouldn't have been something, actually.
Oh, it would have been something.
No, it wouldn't have been something, and it's not going to be something, because something that you thought would have been something ain't happening. Have faith. Have faith in El Phantasmo.
I had faith in El Phantasmo, and then he decided to use the color commentary position.
I know it hurt your feelings a little bit. I understand that. It's okay.
Again, after I had plans on having him come and take your spot here on New Japan Strong.
Kevin, you don't need to project this frustration.
I mean, Phantasmo and Kevin Kelly were a hell of a team. Catches him, and now watch this. Up on the
Watch
shoulders.
Watch this. Wow! Spinning neck breaker.
Pulling Wheeler Yuta away from the rope so he can't force a rope break, and a 2, maybe that extra time pulling Yuta away from the ropes gave Wheeler the opportunity to kick out. So now, with ease, just going to the top, Wheeler Yuta with a right hand.
What is Wheeler Yuta even doing still fighting this? Just give in.
Just give
give
up.
In to, give in,
Just
give
tell
up
the
to,
referee to ring the bell. It's over. I'm
It's
not going to win.
inevitable. It's inevitable. He's just being stubborn. Does he actually think he has a chance against El Phantasmo?
Well, I think he does.
Well, he's not very smart.
And now back to the fingers again. Come on.
There you go. A very effective and technical maneuver to get back into control.
And all the way down. And now watch this. Thunder Kiss 86 on the way.
Beautiful splash.
And the leg is hooked too. And oh!
Well, I mean, if Yuta wants to stay in this match, continue to take more punishment,
You know what
that's on him.
You know what happens when you assume, right, Alex?
What
You
happens?
make oh, never mind. And now what's he doing? Is he? Well, certainly everybody that's been hit with sudden death has says there's something in that boot, and Wheeler Yuta avoids
What?
it. 2.
He has perfected the technique of the super kick. What questions do you have about that?
Oh, a
my
German
God.
suplex, high angle bridge, almost got it done.
Does Yuta have a death wish trying to German suplex Phantasmo on his head?
And now watch this. Look at this. Got him tied up.
I don't like this. This is not necessary. Phantasmo just needs to get to the ropes. He's very close. Yuta
And
is just
now
relentless here.
Wheeler Yuta pulling
Oh,
it through.
No.
Come
There
on.
you go. There you go. Well, it's obvious that the fingers of Yuta got caught in the mouth of Phantasmo.
Sure.
He needs to be a little bit more aware of what's going on.
And again, he's adjusting that shoe
Beautiful.
and sudden death.
Picture perfect.
He
Landing
just
flush.
KO'd Wheeler Yuta. It takes 17 super kicks for an average wrestler to win. El Phantasmo only needs 1.
I'm sorry if you finally
Time,
stumble upon
14 minutes
true
and
greatness.
6 seconds. Here is your winner,
sorry that you can't
El
accept it, Kevin.
Phantasmo.
I'm just pointing out the obvious.
What's obvious here? That he's so good? Not everybody's comfortable with the level of confidence that this man possesses. I understand what you're going through.
Phantasmo said that the power in the sudden death came from
Once again, your winner of the match, El
kicking trees in the
Phantasmo.
Canadian wilderness all throughout COVID lockdown.
I've seen it.
But everybody that's been hit with sudden death when they come to has said, there is something in that shoe.
Of course, when you're on the receiving end of it, you don't understand what's hitting you. It's true greatness, Kevin. It's true power and greatness.
And now what's he doing? The Strong Openweight Championship match we have been waiting for. The first defense for Filthy Tom Lawlor against Chris Dickinson is next.
Woo! New Japan Strong! Your king is back! And once again, one of your indie darling favorites has felt and experienced the most deadly finishing move in all of professional wrestling. That's right, my friends. Wheeler, Utah was met with a sudden death. The most accurate and deadly super kick in the history of New Japan Pro Wrestling. In the history of all professional wrestling. That right there. That, my friends, is money.
Lots of huge matches on the way, announcements forthcoming, exclusively on the Ignition Tour, here on New Japan Strong.
What'd you up to? Oh, I'm checking out new merch on Token Shop Global.
Oh yeah, they put out new products like every month. I just got a t-shirt.
I got a beautiful towel.
I just got boxers.
Oh yeah? I'm wearing them right now. I just ordered a mask. Good, the sooner the better, because I don't want to see your ugly face.
I love Token Shop Global.
I as well.
The stars of today and the legends of the past come together on your smartphone. NJPW Collection. Pick up cards from special draft events. Use your collected cards to form your own faction or exchange them for limited edition special cards. Check in live from venues or remotely from home to get special tickets and items. Add all of New Japan Pro Wrestling to your collection now. NJPW Collection.
Everybody knows what the truth is, and that is Filthy Tom Lawlor is the absolute strongest here in New Japan, and there's not a man in the back that can do a thing about it.
Filthy Tom, you got a target now on your back, and it's really a target around your waist. And you know exactly what I'm gonna do to you when I get my hands on you. I'm coming for you! You are looking at the new champion! You know who I am! The Dirty Daddy, Chris Dickinson.
Quite a role for Chris Dickinson. This is his third main event here on New Japan Strong in 4 weeks. Filthy Tom Lawlor captured the Strong Openweight Championship and served notice, challenging anybody in the New Japan Strong locker room to come out and to be the first
NJPW スト
to
ロング
challenge
無差
him
別
for
級
his
タイトルマ
newly
ッ
won
チ60分
championship.
一本
When
勝
no
負を行い
one
ます
answered the challenge, then Team Filthy member Chris Dickinson stepped forward and said, I'll fight you.
A little selfish, don't you think?
Well, after the actions of Team Filthy as Chris Dickinson was ousted, I would say maybe Chris Dickinson was right all along.
Dickinson!
Right all along about what?
That Team Filthy couldn't be trusted and that Chris Dickinson wasn't wrong?
No. Chris Dickinson couldn't be trusted first. You cross the boundary, you're in Team Filthy, Tom Lawlor brings you in, you respect it.
Well, Tom Lawlor and JR Kratos and Danny Limelight were all fist bumping and saying everything's fine. And then Danny Limelight hit Chris Dickinson with a low blow. Oh, look at this. Well, he's cleaned up. He's got a new ring jacket. But Filthy Tom Lawlor, New Japan Pro Wrestling Strong Openweight Champion. He certainly earned that title. No taking anything away from the great wrestler that is Tom Lawlor.
That's the perfect representation of a New Japan Strong Openweight Champion. Perfect man to hold the
赤コ
title.
ーナー初代
Chris
NJPW ストロン
Dickinson
グ無差
thinks
別級チャンピオン
that title
183
belongs
セン
to
チ
him
93キロビル
Oh, no, no, no. I
サ
think so.
メラ
I think he wants to prove himself against the best. All right, so the first defense. Filthy Tom Lawlor versus Chris Dickinson. Give me kind of your tail of the tape on this one. Does Lawlor have the chin to be able to withstand that lethal left forearm of Chris Dickinson?
I'll be honest with you. Tom Lawlor has been in a lot of battles, and that takes a toll on you, including your chin. And so that will be the most dangerous position for him to be in, to get caught by one of those forearms by Chris Dickinson. He needs to, focus on picking apart Chris Dickinson, utilize his ground and pound, his kicks, his submission acumen to neutralize Chris Dickinson.
I think this is going to be a great, great wrestling match. So here we go. Tries to shoot the single leg. Lawlor refusing to go.
Able to take down Lawlor. Lawlor not making it easy for him.
Lawlor followed a unique path into pro wrestling after a great amateur career, decided that pro wrestling was where he wanted to be. Then transitioned into mixed martial arts and eventually became one of the top stars in UFC. Only to reach the heights of heights in UFC to then go back to pro wrestling. There's very few that have done that.
It's very true. It takes a special kind of person to be able to do that.
Watch what he's doing. Watch what he's doing. My hair. Come on, guys. Jesus. Just watch him.
Some protestations coming from the Team Filthy corner. Of course, it all fell apart for Chris Dickinson in Team Filthy after Dickinson got a victory for the team in the 8-man elimination match. The celebration began, and Dickinson was a little coy, was a little cool, and all of a sudden came the low blow. We can't forget, though, that Tom Lawlor was eliminated by Carl Fredericks. Can't forget that.
That is true. I mean, it was a special kind of match. I mean, it's not typical to be to lose just from a regular elimination. That was those were the rules, and Carl Fredericks was able to do it.
You know, you remember last year when Kenta was the IWGP US Heavyweight Championship right certificate holder, when Brody King eliminated him, beat him, he was the challenger. And I would think that Carl Fredericks might be next in line for whomever wins this match. Again, just because Lawlor is the champion doesn't mean that, oh, wait a minute.
Both men with the ankle lock.
And now Lawlor trying to tie up both legs.
Wow.
And Dickinson wrenching on the leg lock and keeping Tom Lawlor right there.
Now, I think that this is where Tom Lawlor has more strength in this area in the submission game. I'm not taking anything away from Chris Dickinson.
No,
this is where Tom Lawlor is really good at.
So in the stand-up, you might give Dickinson the edge, but here I agree with you. I think Lawler's a clear favorite.
Look at the way that he was able to turn that over, modify that submission.
And Dickinson able to get the rope, the bottom rope to force the rope break. Couldn't out-wrestle Lawlor in that exchange. Lawlor trying to create an opening here, trying to come in. Dickinson will try to keep him at bay.
Tom Lawlor is real good at, you know, keeping the right range between himself and his opponent to be able to strike with the leg. As you can see, Chris Dickinson rushed with a succession of palm strikes there, moving Tom Lawlor into the rope, breaking that exchange. Okay, Chris Dickinson was able to check that kick. A few kicks of his own.
Drives Lawlor back in. Now Lawlor scoops him up, going to try to take him down, and does.
Chris Dickinson still holding on to that head of Tom Lawlor. Going for the triangle choke there. Doesn't quite have the hooks perfectly. While there is some damage being done, not quite as effective. No.
There it is.
Either Dickinson or Lawlor need to be aware of their shoulders at all times. And now the gator roll.
Oh, and this is a very tight submission.
Squeeze it, come on.
Well, a position here where Lawlor
5 minutes has elapsed. 5
forcing
minutes.
Dickinson to tap out. Dickinson able to pry the grip loose.
Well, he's got the back of Lawlor here. Not a good position for Lawlor here. Lawlor trying to leg pick him here. And to Dickinson, he's looking for the arm bar. Lawlor able to get out and now get on top of Dickinson.
Could be looking for a three-quarter Nelson here, but also Lawler's trying to take the left arm.
Look at the way that he's pulling on that arm.
And now foregoing the arm, going back to the legs. Dickinson reaching back. Can't tell you what a victory here for Chris Dickinson, what it would mean to him personally as a lifelong fan of New Japan Pro Wrestling. Again, even as a young man, long before New Japan World, he was trading tapes with fans all over the world just to get glimpses of his favorites. For him to hold a championship in New Japan Pro Wrestling would mean everything to Chris Dickinson, who's held championships all around the world. And for Lawlor, oh, and comes in with the kick. So Dickinson now from the side headlock, sent across, jumping spin kick out of the way, and Dickinson puts him down with the tackle. Lawlor will roll to the floor. The champion is frustrated, Filthy Tom Lawlor. Now on the back pedal, Dickinson going out after him. And Lawlor catching Dickinson, at least trying to, is
Dickinson holds on to that ankle of Tom Lawlor, pulling him out. Dickinson should be careful. being on the outside. Team Filthy is very nearby.
Well, to their credit, Limelight and Kratos have not done anything physical. They have simply been in the corner of Tom Lawlor. But it is something to be aware of. And a dragon screw leg whip, snapping the leg of Filthy Tom Lawlor against the edge of the ring.
1.
That could open
2.
a world of possibilities
3.
for Dickinson if he can get Lawlor back in the ring.
4. 5.
His damaging
6.
that leg, it will be harder for Tom Lawlor
7.
to throw kicks.
8. 9.
Minimizing the choice
10.
of weapons that he has at his
11.
disposal.
12. 13.
So Lawlor in, breaks the count, and baits Dickinson in. Watch out now. Dangerous territory for both men here on the edge of the ring.
Oh, what a hard chop.
Oh, wait a minute now.
Wrapping his leg around the ropes, trapping Dickinson.
And snapping his neck at the same time.
What are they there for? Tell
That-
me what the hell they're there for then.
That is, as you say, using the ring as a weapon.
Threw me outside, so it's up for the.
Well, he's just returning the favor. Chris Dickinson just did that just a second ago, using the apron.
Oh, absolutely. It is a
It's all a go here between these two.
no doubt. There's too much at stake. You know, the first championship here for New Japan Strong, and Filthy Tom Lawlor being the title holder. It's a lot of prestige for Lawlor, who's had accolades all over the world, as we told you.
Come on, keep it center of the ring, okay? I don't want it.
Jeremy trying to gain control of this match.
And the forearm, Dickinson trying to roll away.
And a knife-edge chop, returning the favor. And another. Dickinson asking for it, insulting Tom Lawlor, chopping away.
Dickinson says, I teach you, chop. Sending Lawlor to the corner.
Hard clothesline.
Yes, follows up, and now looking to drive him again. Wait a minute, Lawlor catches him.
Oh!
And as JR Kratos says it, Filthy Tom Lawlor drives Chris Dickinson almost through the
10
mat.
minutes has elapsed. 10 minutes.
Cover, 2. So what exhausts you more, a wrestling match like this or an up and down lucha type of match?
Well, I mean, the grappling that happens inside the ring, it can be exhausting over a period of time. You know, obviously flying around, springboarding, you know, requires a lot of explosive energy, and that also is very taxing. Being slammed down like Tom Lawlor slammed Chris Dickinson can take the wind out.
Uh-oh, wait a minute. Transitioning from the ankle lock to the figure 4. I thought for sure Dickinson was going to get out. Now I'm not so sure. Because
Very tight.
Filthy Tom Lawlor has it perfectly applied.
Very tight figure 4 leg left.
The move invented, wait a minute, 2. The move invented by Buddy Rogers and perfected by the likes of Jack Briscoe and Ric Flair, being applied perfectly by Filthy Tom Lawlor. Also great awareness by the referee, Jeremy Marcus, to see Dickinson's shoulders down. And now the reversal of the figure 4, which now puts all the pressure on Lawlor. And Lawlor has to get to the ropes, and he'll let go of the figure 4 because the pain was coursing through his limbs.
Sometimes it's impossible to let go of the figure 4 because you're so tied up. It takes a couple of seconds to just let go of such a tight hold.
Well, more damage done in the figure 4 than in the reversal. And we'll see how Dickinson is able to move, if he is.
Hard European.
Dickinson, very long arms. He has a tremendous reach advantage. Oh, beautiful. Go behind, and now trying to sink in the choke. Dickinson used the reach to extend the arm for the chop, but you saw how Lawlor was able to slip in behind.
Bar clubs to the neck, and now with the rear naked chokehold there.
Still in the ropes, and he'll be there until referee Jeremy Marcus starts counting. Well, Dickinson able to free himself, though.
Hard chop to the chest of Tom Lawlor.
So Lawlor was in the offensive position, but now he's got to play defense as Chris Dickinson looks for offensive opportunity here.
And if he is able to execute the suplex off the top, that would be monumental and a turning point in this match.
And he's got him.
Off the very top. This move takes a toll on both men.
Yeah, I was just going to say, it doesn't feel good for Dickinson, but it's worse for filthy Tom Lawlor.
What? Good, you are? 2, 3. Come on, you got it. Come on. Come on. 4, 5.
The sights and sounds inside a championship match here. Our main event, the culmination of the Collision Tour, a New Japan Strong, and Chris Dickinson with a new lease on life and a surge of adrenaline as he charges forward.
Follows through with a second clothesline in the corner.
Lawlor reverses. Dickinson charges out of the buckle and drills Lawlor. Uh-oh, back to the choke.
Dickinson picks him up on the shoulders and drops him.
Death Valley driver. And now Danny Limelight. What the hell is he doing? And now JR Kratos is getting up on the apron.
Dickinson nails him.
Yeah? You want some too?
Well, one thing is for sure when you're fighting.
Wait a minute. Brody
King.
Brody King taking care of the potential distraction of JR Kratos.
Lawlor got him in that rear naked chokehold. But Dickinson rolls backwards, able to reverse it, and has Lawlor in the suplex.
Oh, brainbuster from Chris Dickinson. We might have a new champion crown. The leg is hooked. 2 and a kick out.
Barely.
The best chance that Chris Dickinson has had to unseat Tom Lawlor. Brody King dragging JR Kratos out of the building after Dickinson took care of Danny Limelight.
15 minutes has elapsed. 15 minutes.
Dickinson looking to apply either a pile driver or a power bomb. Lawlor able to get out of it with a succession of punches and forearms. Watch out.
This is where Lawlor's got to be careful. Wait, going right back, trying that again, but second time counter, sunset flip, no. Both men back to their feet. Oh, another dragon screw.
Oh, and a spinning enziguri, nailing Tom Lawlor.
Lawlor's down 2 and another kick out.
A near fall there, and Dickinson going for the, and he's able to apply it.
He's got the STF and pulling back. Can he submit filthy Tom Lawlor? What satisfaction this would be for Chris Dickinson.
Man, would this be something? Lawlor is in a lot of trouble right now. Look at the, oh, and Dickinson needs to be aware of where his back is also.
Still got the STF applied. Lawlor, though, able to get to the bottom rope.
Barely able to get to the rope. Dickinson really testing the champion. Oh my my God, just drops him on his head.
You want some more?
And maybe a bigger challenge than Lawlor was expecting in Dickinson. Going for another. Lawlor was.
Whoa. Look at what Lawler's doing. Got the Kimura applied.
If he can lift up the back of.
Uh-oh.
There you go.
Dickinson able to roll inward. He's still not completely out of trouble yet. Oh, watch out. Oh! Almost a version of a tombstone there, too. And he kicks out. Chris Dickinson kicks out. The wrestling IQ of Filthy Tom Lawlor is next level.
Both men have thrown everything that they've had.
Just to have the awareness to realize that that arm was available to him. And at that moment in time, facing either a power bomb or a pile driver, I'm going to hook in a double wrist lock. I'm going to try to submit Chris Dickinson. Just unbelievable.
Check me like that. You want to pull that shit? Huh? Huh? Oh! Huh? Huh?
Lawlor almost wanting to teach Dickinson a lesson here.
Got to be careful with Dickinson.
Oh, and a hard chop and slap.
Just blasting him with palm strikes. Be careful.
Lawlor is not afraid to throw down with any man, but Dickinson has true knockout power. Look at the way that he had him in the cravat while throwing those knees up. And
swing and a miss. Exploder there. And now an Olympic slam. Wait, maybe not.
oh!
Yes, indeed. Lawlor floating over.
Holding on.
Yep.
He's got that front face lock.
He's trying to choke Dickinson out again.
Because he couldn't wrap his feet around the body of Chris Dickinson. He didn't have the exact control that he wanted. Dickinson was able to roll over to get to the ropes, breaking that submission.
So Dickinson with great awareness of where he was in the ring, even though he was losing consciousness. And looking to sink that choke in again.
20 minutes have elapsed. 20 minutes.
20 minutes of back and forth action.
The cardiovascular endurance of both of these men is remarkable.
Look at the succession of kicks Dickinson is throwing. Lawlor able to duck out of one, applying the rear naked chokehold, but Dickinson throws him over. And look at the submission.
The hooks are in, and I think the lights are going out for Chris Dickinson. Wait a minute, maybe not.
Dickinson still has his wrist blocking that submission over. Rolls over for the pin. And a suplex.
Back suplex from Dickinson. He blocked the rear naked choke perfectly. And now moving. Comes in. No.
Back to it.
This time Dickinson doesn't have it blocked.
Dickinson is in a lot of danger. If he doesn't get to the rope, he's going to go out. Oh! Slams him over.
Sleeper suplex. Sleeper suplex. 2, 3. It is over.
Wow.
Time, 21 minutes and 16 seconds.
Battle,
Here is your winner,
exhausted.
and still NJPW Strong Openweight Champion, Filthy Tom Lawlor.
The first title defense on New Japan Strong, and the longest match on New Japan Strong. 21 minutes, 16 seconds. Filthy Tom Lawlor turns aside the challenge of Chris Dickinson. One hell of a wrestling match, though.
What a match. Chris Dickinson gave everything that he had. The prestige of this title is quickly growing by these two very respectable athletes.
I'll tell you what, Lawler's going to be a tough out. There isn't a wrestler alive that can't be beat.
Once again,
you are
your
going to
winner
have to
and
be
still
just about
NJPW
perfect to
Strong
beat Tom
Openweight
Lawler.
Champion, Filthy Tom
There isn't
Lawler.
anything that Chris Dickinson can say after that match, if I would have done this instead of that. No, there's none of that.
He threw everything he had.
And when it came down to it, Filthy Tom Lawler just beat him. Beat him with a wrestling move. So we might be saying it for a long time. Winner and NJPW Strong Openweight Champion, Filthy Tom Lawler.
Makes sense to me. This title was almost created for this man.
You know, again, where he is, weight class wise, he could fight someone like a Danny Limelight, a Rocky Romero, a junior heavyweight, a heavyweight like Brody King. Anybody and everybody.
Mi gente! You already know what it is. Did you see that?
Yes!
You see the dirty
The champ is... The champ is here. The chump... What the hell?
First
Get
successful,
out of here.
first successful title defense.
Get off.
That's pretty cool, Tom. You know what happens around here when you beat a champion, right?
Yeah, but you didn't beat me.
Nonetheless,
Dickinson's not even on my team. It was 5-on-3.
I'll be around. Congrats.
Who was it?
I don't know. This is the longest reigning, first and only ever New Japan Strong Openweight Champion. And there's nothing that's going to...
Nothing.
Nobody that's gonna
Nothing.
change
I don't give a damn. I don't give a damn about Carl Fredericks, Blue Wolf, whoever that was. He's not getting a title. Why would he doesn't deserve a damn thing.
I don't even
He
like
doesn't
the
even
dude,
deserve my
so-
time. Yeah. You know what, pal? We'll think about it. We'll talk. We'll send you the contract. It's in the mail. Yeah. Sure, Carl. Sure, Blue Wolf. No. He ain't strong. He ain't strong. We're out of here.